many guys that get caught up and, oh, I want to weigh 200 pounds, or, I want to add on 20 pounds, and they end up adding on maybe 5 pounds of muscle or 10 pounds of muscle and 10 pounds of fat. And so we were trying to do it a bit more sensibly and stuff like that.
More scientifically, I like to call it.
Yeah, a bit more scientifically, So, and the guy started rambling on about, I'm calling bullshit because you said you gained so much muscle and lost so much fat, and you start going on about, the 3,500 calories you need to use up to burn 1 pound of fat, and then talking about how, you need to create a calorie surplus to gain muscle, and, you outperformed your body and this, that, and the other, and, he just sounds like one of these individuals that's conditioned his mind to think, there's this way or there's no way, there's only one way to do things. And, he even refers to me as a bodybuilder, and that's the biggest thing is, they don't understand, I'm not a bodybuilder, I don't train that way, I don't go in the gym on a Monday and do, chest and triceps and come back the next day and do back and biceps, and, take Wednesday off and do long slow cardio and come back in Thursday and do legs. I train a lot more athletically, it's a lot more metabolic style training, it has a bigger impact on your metabolism and stuff like that. So, they need to understand that as well. I just saw the accusations, as a bit of a compliment, and it thumbs up that we were doing things right, that we were obviously making progress in the right direction.
Oh, I took it as a compliment to my programming as well. I thought it was great.
Well, as well, like what we did, initially, when we started off, my body fat was, 10.42%, so 10.5%. What we basically said is, right, we'll try and get into single digits as quickly as possible within the 2 weeks. And then what we'll try and do is up the calories and try and just basically maintain at single digits. We weren't looking to, drop body fat at that point. We were looking to literally, just maintain single digits, just below 10%. While we continue to add a bit of muscle mass, and like you said, do it scientifically, do it sensibly, so we're adding muscle on, but we're not adding fat at the same time. So I think 2 weeks later, then we assessed, and I think it was 9.2, I think it was 9.29% or something like that. So then we upped my calories, focused on muscle gain. 2 weeks later, 8.31%. We said, because it wasn't our focus, we were after dropping the 1% body fat, and it wasn't like we were focusing on fat loss. So then we upped the calories again. 2 weeks later, it was 7.29%, I think it was. So then we were right, up the calories, because that's basically what we decided to do. We said, well, we're dropping body fat, we're not trying to, so let's keep upping the calories until we hit that mark, that calorie mark where, we're just going to kind of level out with our maintain. So we kept doing that until I think we reached maybe, it was over 3,000 calories, maybe 3,300 calories I was able to consume a day before our body fat level just started to kind of stabilize. So that was something good, and I think that has a lot to do with the style of training that we used in the program. One thing, I always say, how you train determines the way you eat, a lot of physique competitors will do body part routines and low intensity cardio, and that type of training, although it's successful for a lot of people, it doesn't, I feel, have the same impact on your metabolism, especially post workout. And anyway, so they're going to have to restrict calories and stuff like that a lot more. And usually what you'll find with them as well, coming close to competition, is calories will start to drop, and weight, kind of in the gym, they'll end up, dropping strength and stuff, because they end up doing high reps sets and stuff like that, and they also increase their cardio, the amount of cardio, so they're dropping their calories. If you were to see a chart, it's as time goes on, calories go down, cardio goes up. We were nearly doing it the opposite way. As time went on, the calories were increasing and increasing, and we started then increasing more, introducing more and more metabolic work along the way, as well as kind of working, doing, kind of more density work, capacity work, so shortening the windows on some of the sets and stuff like that, tweaking some of the workout finishes, so stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot different the program, like, you know. So people from the outside, when they see the results and they look and they think, oh, you can't get results training, in that short period of time, like, but that's because they're thinking of the way they train or the way they train people and the results they've got, like, you know. So they haven't tested the system themselves, like, to see how good it can be, like.
It's just that people have it in their head that you have to finish a certain amount of sets with a certain amount of exercises with a 2 or a 3 minute break between each set, and then by the end of the workout, by the time they actually get all the body parts that they've planned on getting done, it does end up being a 90-minute, even a 2-hour session, you know, and we need to kind of steer away from that and increase the kind of the density of the work that they do in a certain period of time, rather than actually trying to increase the amount of work they do and trying to stay in the gym for 2 hours, because you can do the same amount. If you do the same amount of work in an hour than you would have done in 2 hours, you basically done twice the amount of training. So people have to kind of get that into their head that it is kind of really mathematics when you look at it that way, you know. And people still have it in their head that being in the gym for 2 hours is an actual, like, it's a good thing, whereas not where you should be doing more work in less time kind of thing. But,
yeah, I mean, a lot of them are going into the gym and they're spending 2 hours in there, but like you said, they're not actually doing much work in that 2 hours. They're, you know, on their buddy's cell phone or something, or talking to their mate, or leaning on the bench press, you know.
Creeping around the place and then spend a half an hour or 3/4 of an hour on a treadmill, then walking, you know, talking to the next, you know. Like I always say, like, if you're going to do long drawn out cardio, like, do it outside, go for a walk or something like that. Don't be standing on a treadmill like a creep, because you're not gonna achieve anything in the gym walking around the place. You know?
Yeah. Oh no, exactly. And I mean, okay, it's one thing if you do live in Ireland and it's pissing rain outside most of the time, yeah, and you want to do a nice long walk, yeah, fine, go to the gym. But if you're somewhere like here in LA where it's sunshine 24/7, you know, get outside.
Outside and do it, like, you know. How did you find the program overall then? How did you feel by the end of it? Or what did you feel that you either learned about yourself or learned about training, or what way did you kind of look at afterwards in hindsight, like?
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough system. Like, I mean, but at the end of the day, you're not going to get good results if you train soft. Like, you know what I mean? If you train hard, you get a hard body. That's what I say. Like,
but like, I mean, all them people go around saying, "Oh, fucking get abs in 10 minutes, or train 15 minutes a day, or three workouts per week will get you this lean athletic body." It just doesn't happen yet. You have to train. You have to have a certain amount of volume of work that you do. Like, they can be short sessions, but you still have to do a certain amount of, or if they are short sessions, they have to be really hard work. There is no thing of getting good results with a short workout that you don't have to work hard in either, you know what I mean? This doesn't make sense, you know?
I don't know, you've definitely got to work hard, and you've got to work hard, you know, so intensity is one of the keys, I think. And then as well, like, you know, just recovery and stuff like that, you know, nutrition and supplementation is all going to come into play at the same time. You know, but then as well, like, I mean, one of the big key things I found with it is, like, the actual conditioning. Like, my conditioning just skyrocketed, because